Is that the child that's always on Elon's shoulders?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
That's the Lex.
That kid is not going to grow up in reality at all.
You say he did the X and then pointed to him. Yeah, that's who that is. That's so
awesome,
great.
though.
But it really is amazing to look at.
It's a very kid-friendly White House. I'm just going to say, it's very kid-friendly.
Well, I mean, the vice president has young kids.
Yeah, and you see kids all the time in there.
And of course, that scene where in the Oval Office, completely scripted by Donald Trump, where he gathered all the children around him to sign the
the little girls?
The no men and women, girls sports. It was such a wholesome, beautiful scene, and it's a reminder that that guy right there has an eye for theatrics, an eye for TV, an eye for the visual, and it's why he connects so powerfully with. That's awesome.
I can't, you guys. I can't. It's just too much cuteness. It's just too much.
Joe Biden could never.
You're so right about.
Leaders are not understanding what the president is trying to do, or that they don't like what the president is doing. How do you explain the stock market?
Well, I think I talked about this yesterday, and I think the president. The president has also addressed the stock market yesterday. It's a snapshot of a moment in time, and we expect there will be good days and there will be bad days. But ultimately, Wall Street and Main Street are going to benefit from this president's policies as they did in his first term.
And your reaction on Canada's Department of
this, where things are changing at rapid pace, and you're the youngest person to ever hold this position.
Yes. Definitely never imagined this, but I love my job. I'm so honored and humbled to be the press secretary for President Trump, who, as you said, truly is the most dynamic president in our lifetimes. And it's such a blessing every day when I show up to this place, the beautiful White House, to work. I just thank God for the opportunity. We are fundamentally transforming our country for the better, truly restoring our government for the people, by the people, which is exactly what the American people elected President Trump to do.
There's a lot to study up on.
Yes.
So before you enter that briefing room, you know you're going to face some hostile media.
Yes.
You know they're coming for you. How do you prepare for a moment like that?
Well, first of all, I look forward to it, and I relish the opportunity to bring the truth and the facts to the podium. And unfortunately, the mainstream media has been blinded by this bias, this anti-Trump bias. And it's actually quite sad, because rather than dealing with people who are truly interested in journalistic integrity and finding out the truths and the facts, they're coming into that room with a preconceived narrative and bias. The president speaks the truth. He speaks his mind directly. It's just my job to prepare and figure out what the truth is versus what the fake news narratives are, and then just bring that to the podium.
And we got to see the room where it all happens.
Okay, here we are.
This is it.
This is where it all goes down.
Yes.
Wow.
This is the briefing room.
It's smaller than it appears on TV, actually.
It definitely is smaller.
Yeah.
And then when you pack a whole bunch of press in here, it gets a lot smaller.
Yeah, well, I can imagine coming up here for the first time.
Yeah.
Having interned, having been through all that's happened in the past year.
Yeah.
The first briefing, that must have been a moment to look out here.
It definitely was a moment, seeing just a sea of people who want to make me look bad. And it's just me, myself, and I up here. But it's an empowering moment. And you are, as you can tell, elevated. Mm-hmm. You are the leader of the orchestra. And
you're in charge here.
You're in charge, and just calling on, you know, the people you want to go to. And I have my staff who sit here, and I can feel their positive energy when I'm up here, like nodding their heads when I say good things. So that really helps to have them, you know, in here with me. But, you know, it's a lot of fun. This is where the fun happens in here.
And you guys have expanded this for influencers.
Yes.
And